So let's just talk about the film in general, what we were saying, how fun it must have been for you guys to be on this type of set, because you've done some serious, crazy stuff before.
Yeah.
But this is, you know, a little bit lighthearted with some, you know, undertones. So what was it like for you guys to be on the set?
I felt like it was so, Cameron especially made it just really fun and family-oriented. You know, you felt like you could, my sister, my mom, they all came. Matt's kids were always on set, and, you know, it was fun to have that, and you just felt so happy going to set every day.
Yeah, people always ask me, you know, what is one word you could use to describe the zoo? And the only word that I could really come up with would be magical. And it really was. It was like a magical family that we had together, and it was this giant ranch. The zoo was built on, what was it, like 468
Yeah, it was
acres, something like that.
Did you go exploring, like, off-take?
Actually,
like,
we did, yeah. One time,
You did?
you know, I was 14 at the time of shooting. I'm 15 now. And one time I was, like, super excited about, like, learning how to drive and all that stuff. And so one time I grabbed a golf cart and Ellen and went for a joyride. Yeah, it was all good fun. Nobody got hurt.
Did you stumble upon anything, like,
No.
pretty cool out
Well,
there?
I mean, because we built the crew,
zoo.
like, they built the
We had
whole
a tour
zoo.
before we started shooting, so we
Yeah.
kind of knew where everything was and what everything was. So, but it was just really fun to kind of like explore on our own.
Yeah.
Now, I liked watching your budding romance. You know, but it is nice to see that young, sort of innocent, you know, first love develop on film. It seems like you guys get along so well, so it must have been easy in that respect, right?
Yeah.
We actually
We've known each other for a long time.
We knew each other for a very long time.
We go to the same school.
Yeah, I'm in high school and Elle's in middle school.
You're
So-
not mean to her, are you? Like,
No, but she tells me, you know, we talk about school sometimes, so, you know, the difference in age range, like what you're working on, what I'm working on, what's different.
Yeah.
I give her tips because I was in her grade last year of, you know, what to watch out
Teachers.
for.
right. Test
Like that.
answers.
Yeah.
No.
None of that, but
So on screen, what was it like then, you know, sort of having to be a little bit closer than just friends?
I mean, because our friendship was so already, I don't know, developed. We were good friends. We just kind of plugged that into a different location, and I think it flowed really naturally.
I was
Yeah.
waiting for the big on-screen kiss, but it was just a nice little embrace.
And I think that was perfect.
So too.
I think that it sort of,
You can
If they're-
you can insinuate.
yeah, I mean, and if it was one, then it would be like, where
So
do
quick or
Lily
so
and
awkward.
Dylan, you know, where are they going to go, you know? You want to sort of have your mind.
Right, and I think
future.
it was perfect because still at that age too, you're still kind of awkward in the sense of
Yeah.
dating or, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
and especially because your character, like, you know, you hadn't been around boys before.
Yeah, she definitely, Lily, she's this sort of country girl, and, you know, she lives on this zoo, and her best friends are animals, so she doesn't really know how to react and act around people that are her own age, let alone this city boy, you know, and he comes in, and me and Cameron were talking about sort of approaching him like you would an animal, because that's all she knows how to do. So he's sort of,
Talk to you.
yeah, so she's sort of like this exotic creature, and like she doesn't really know how to flirt or anything, so she's trying to impress him in her own way, her quirky way. But I think that's what makes her more lovable, you know.
And it was nice watching your character too sort of develop in a sense where he's not letting anybody in, right?
No, and you know, Dylan's really angry at the world. He's lost his mother. I lost my grandmother 3 years ago, and so I kind of plugged in. I was angry at the world as well, and you know, as you know, anybody would be after losing a loved one. So it was kind of, that part was easily connectable. But I think Dylan, you know, he's really angry at the world, and you know, communications is the main thing in any relationship. You know, and he doesn't have that with his father. He doesn't have that with anybody else. But this young girl, Lily, Lily totally understands Dylan
Without saying much.
without
which
saying
is,
much, and is so accepting and so quick to warm up to him. Nobody else treats Dylan like that, and I think that's why he's so infatuated with her.
I think that's what Cameron does the best, getting the little moments without using words. You know, because when we're on set, he has his whole computer set up with all of his songs.
The speaker's wired across.
Yeah,
the
and a
Zoom.
special, guy there to play the different songs that Cameron requests, and everyone has like a little theme song.
Ooh, what was your theme song?
Mine was "Don't Be Shy" by Cat Stevens, and it made it in the film. It's like when you see Lily for the first time, that's playing, and yeah. So I would bring in CDs of music, and he's really into it. So he'd be playing a song and yell action, and the song would be playing while you're doing whatever emotion in the scene or whatever.
Had you ever had that experience before?
No,
I
it's amazing.
never.
It's one of my favorite things about Cameron as a director. It's my favorite thing.